not actually too bad here. It's not actually too cold. I mean, for me, I think once you slip past September, that's when it
Mm.
starts to get cold. That's when it's the hoodie weather. It's got to the point now where when I walk to work, I'm wearing one jacket. But as we progress further down the line, I'm sure the big woolly jumper will come out. It's not freezing yet though. Maybe it's just because like where you're. I mean, what's the temperature right now in London? Tell me, what's the temperature? Let's do this.
It's -5 degrees. The water's frozen over. The Thames is frozen. Everyone's ice skating on it. Snow is falling.
1930 to 1912.
Someone has carved a circle in the middle of the Thames, and we're all taking it in turns to fish in it with our lengths of cane and string that we borrowed from Daddy's workshop.
The whale in the Thames is frozen. He's now dead, unfortunately.
Oh my god, it's Doctor Who on Sunday. Speaking of
Really?
whales in the Thames.
You excited? You still keen? You still doing your podcast about Doctor Who?
Absolutely. I'm not podcasting anymore about it. Thanks for listening.
What was it?
But of
It
course
was
I'm
Doctor
still
Who
keen.
debrief. Is that what it was? Doctor Who.
Yeah,
Debrief?
Doctor Who debrief, and it was iconic. Thank you very much.
Really great, really good. Was it an audio format or was it just the video that all the kids are into at the moment?
It was both actually.
Wow, multi-platform.
I know
Good
someone's
synergy.
doing well.
Good synergy across platforms. I like it. Well, I think this would be the perfect time to reboot the podcast because it's a big thing. The Doctor Who, the big talking point. Will it work? Won't it work? It being on a Sunday. That's crazy.
No,
It's
it's quite early as well. I think it's on at like 6:50.
It's not gonna be as scary then, because Doctor Who was always a bit creepy. There's always some like scary elements to it. The Cybermen, scary things.
But it must be. It used to be what Saturdays at 8.
Yeah,
It can't
it
be
was
much later than 8, can it? So
It was just
yeah,
on the border of the watershed, wasn't it? So they could get away with a bit of like scary stuff.
yeah, a bit spooky, but he wasn't going to run around swearing.
Can I ask a question? Are the Cybermen and the Daleks still there?
I don't know. I've
Are
not
the
seen it,
Oods?
mate.
Are the Oods still there?
I hope so. I love the Ood. Oh my god, that Ood storyline is so good. Where they go to the end of the earth and the Ood and the evil Ood, and the Master. Yeah, that's my favorite era. John Sim running around. Oh.
I've probably mentioned this before, but I lost interest in the newer iteration of Doctor Who when they killed off Karen Gillan and her partner. Spoiler if you've not watched any of Doctor Who.
When, they didn't kill them off, they trapped them in time.
Yeah, but they were dead. Looked at their graves, and it's like, oh, okay, that's a great way to kill them off. Everyone's favorite characters. By then, after that, I just didn't watch it. It was dead to me. Dead to me.
Ironically, like they.
Great. I want to talk about some video games. Oh, actually, we haven't said this is Heroes of Handheld. This is a podcast dedicated to handheld gaming. Thank you very much for listening. We very much appreciate your company this evening. We talk about handheld games. So Vita, well, we used to talk about the Vita, but now it's officially been put to bed next year. But we talk about Nintendo Switch, mobile, and any sort of mobile gaming we like to tackle. And we also talk about just gaming news in general. If it's big enough, we will talk about it, just like my penis. But the first bit, well, not really news, but I just want to, because we're talking about dead. We said the word dead. Oh, yeah, I said dead to me. So linking on from that, as you know, Red Dead Redemption 2 is something that people are very excited about with its massive size, lots of gigabytes needed for that, or the online multiplayer element, which looks really fun. So I've probably mentioned this before on the podcast. I bought Red Dead Redemption a couple of years ago, secondhand. No, I played the first half an hour of it, then just stopped and then never went back. But that's changing now because I'm excited for this sequel, and I have now reinstalled Red Dead Redemption on my Xbox One because it's backwards compatible with the 360 version. So I'm going to play Red Dead Redemption 1, and then I'm going to play the second one, and I'm very much looking forward to that. But another little teaser, I like to watch YouTube videos where endings of games are spoiled for me. I watched well, this is just complete coincidence. I didn't seek it out. I searched for when videos like pop up, like Watch Mojo, they have all their countdowns. Yeah. I do like watching those. And one came up, it was like top 10 saddest game endings. I was like, oh, this will be interesting. Let's have a look through. And number 6 was Red Dead Redemption. So there you go.
How was that number 6? What was number 1?
Number 1. What was number 1? Oh, I can't remember now. I have to
Maybe
double check. Oh, it was I think The Last of Us was there, or one of
oh
a
yeah.
game like that. Or, no, that was the opening was sad.
I see.
I don't know, something maybe the Slender Man. Remember Slender? Do you remember when everyone was playing Slender? Do you remember that?
Do I remember what? Sorry.
Slender. Like
Yeah,
that little
cool.
everyone was playing back in the day where it's just like PewDiePie and YouTubers were just like ah, 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 and then like you'd be behind them. Anyway, so that's what's been going on in my gaming world this week. We've been playing Pokemon Go, still into that. Finally got data, so I'm I just want to actually, I'm going to say one thing about Pokemon Go, then I'm going to hand over to Chris because he's not really spoken yet because I'm just taking the reins. But I want to get this off my chest. I've finally got some data on my phone now, so I can start playing Pokemon Go again out in the wild. And I always get the pronounced name wrong. You know the current research task for Celebi? Is it
Yeah,
Celebi? His name? Oh, for God's
Celebi.
sake. Yeah, I said it right. Well, I'm finally tackling that. And on the second round of research tasks, one of the missions or things you have to do is evolve a grass type Pokemon that has already been evolved. So I thought, you know what? There's loads of Oddishes everywhere. I've got about 86 Oddish candies, so I'm just going to do that. So I evolved my Gloom and I passed it and I got onto the second level. So one of the research tasks on level 3 is that you have to evolve a Gloom. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
or a
Sunkern. Yeah, but Sunkerns used to be everywhere. I've not seen one in the past 3 days, nowhere, and it's really annoying
Yeah,
me.
there was the event, wasn't there?
Bloody annoying. So there you go. Be careful what you do on Pokemon Go because there'll be repercussions. Anyway, Chris, how are you? How the devil are you? What's been going on this week for you?
What's been going on? Good question. I was just thinking about Pokemon Go as well. I've been
Thanks
playing
for
that quite a
all
lot.
the gifts you're sending me. I appreciate that.
That's all right. I like to keep you warm with them. Yeah, it's I'm quite glad the Kanto event is over on Pokemon Go because now it's back to one. Not that I don't enjoy the Kanto Pokemon, but it's nice having Gen 2 and 3 around as well. So I've been playing that. I've been playing Spider-Man on PS4. I haven't really. I played a little bit of Switch. I played a little bit of Crawl over the weekend. I played a little bit of Mario Kart, and obviously Fortnite. I've sort of dribbled in for season 6, but I'm kind of going off it a bit. Not because the game hasn't changed much. I'm just kind of feeling a little less engaged with it, I guess. I think I probably was over saturating with Fortnite. So I'm looking forward to Red Dead later on in the month. I've been playing a lot of desert golfing on my phone. I've also what was well, we'll talk later on about Mega Man 11 for demo memo because
Yes.
did you get the memo? We need to talk about Mega
I
Man
got
11.
the demo and I played the demo.
Excellent. We'll talk about that later on. And something as well quite interesting is that I was really excited because I saw people on Twitter talking about how Nintendo's new mobile game, Dragalia Lost, had come out. And I was like, oh, definitely go play that. That sounds really cool. And not available in the UK yet. It's just in Hong Kong, Japan, America, and somewhere else. I can't remember. So, I guess. Yeah, I know. It's a bit weird though, because I'm sure with the previous Nintendo mobile stuff, they've released everywhere at the same time. So if anyone in America, I don't know what our American listenership is compared to our UK, but if any of our American pals listening are into this game, which came out at the end of last week, then do give us a message at Handheld Podcast. I would be very curious to see what you think about it. This is their first game that Nintendo have made for mobile that's a completely new IP. Or maybe no, because it was Tomodachi Life, wasn't there?
What was the name? What's the name of the game again? This new one?
It's called Dragalia Lost. It's like a dragony RPG type thing.
The odds of me spelling that right are very low. Oh, here we go. Dragalia Lost is an action role-playing game developed and published by Nintendo in collaboration with Cygames. It was released on the 27th of September and made for Android and iOS. Well, we've heard about this. Looks very Nintendo-y though, very JRPG-ish.
Yeah, it looks good. Like it's nice that it's a bit different, but also, where is our news about Mario Kart World Tour, Colin?
Whoa, what?
When's that? I thought that was 2018. Am I being mad?
What World Tour?
Did they say it was going to be 2019? Am I being? Oh yeah, 2019. Okay, never mind. Ignore me.
Why they announced that? That's all gone very quiet, hasn't it? Oh, back in February they announced that.
announced
Crazy.
right at the top of the year.
Yeah, a long time ago. Oh no, it's 31st of January they announced that. So it's all
Yeah,
very close.
yeah.
I'm dead keen for that. I think that'd be well good when that comes out. It'd be fun. So
Mm,
I hope it's just like a game you pay for and then that's it. Which I think is
yeah.
similar to Mario Run anyway. Um, Chris, I think we need to talk about the big news from the past week and what the gaming community's been very excited about. This has been
Mm.
shared constantly on my social media channels and all my timelines and everything. And I think it's because this connects with the pro gamers and also the casual gamer as well. And that's this interesting leak that came from a user on Reddit, I believe, of a Harry Potter role playing game and a pretty complete looking role playing game. Like there was this footage that was released, and it showed you exploring a Hogwarts, exploring the forest, and encountering characters and different creatures and things like that. This all came a bit out of nowhere, really. It was just this leak. And before we get into the details of it and what this could mean and what it potentially is, Warner Brothers were quite hot to try and take this down as soon as it was leaked, which sort of gives the impression that they were not happy at all that this was leaked, and it is something that's been in the pipeline. I think it was taken down from YouTube. It's not on YouTube anymore, but there's been lots of mirrors and a lot of people copying it all around the internet. So very interesting that they've done that. But details we have so far from this is that initially people were excited that it was going to be developed by Rocksteady Games, and obviously we're big fans of Rocksteady, obviously of the Arkham series. Obviously Rocksteady is owned by, who's it owned by, Chris?
Warner Bros, which is why people thought that this was a Rocksteady idea, because there's been nothing from Rocksteady on it. It's just that because they're linked to Warner Bros and Harry Potter is owned by Warner Bros.
And obviously they do our role-playing games quite well, Rocksteady. But
yeah, what kind of action role-playing games?
Yeah, so it sort of fit the bill. But more information has been leaked since then, and it looks like this has actually been developed by Avalanche Software, who are Utah in America based software developer, and they're not software developer, sorry, game developer, and they are most famous for creating Disney Infinity back in 2016. And after Disney Infinity closed back in 2016, I think we must have spoken about that on the podcast. I can't believe that was 2 years ago. That's
Oh no.
they closed briefly, but then they were bought up by
Warner Bros.
Warner Bros. Interactive bought them, so it looks like they are developing this game. So the developer's only subsequent project today has been a Cars-free film tie-in, which launched in June 2017. So not much pedigree. I mean, Disney Infinity was well regarded, and there was some information that was leaked as well in terms of what this game could be about. Apparently, it's set in the 19th century, and you start as a fifth-year student who joins Hogwarts as a late arrival. And you'll be able to curse dark wizards and goblins, choose from 8 character classes, and either act good or evil. So that all sounds very interesting. I like the idea that you can. I like the idea that depending on your choices will change maybe how other characters see you. I mean, we've seen this in a lot of different games before, but I think that worked quite well in Harry Potter. Like, it'd be quite cool to be like an evil Gryffindor or a really nice Slytherin, going against the stereotype. That'd be cool.
Can I ask something, Colin?
Yeah.
Because you love Harry Potter. I think that's fair to say.
I do like Harry Potter very much. Yeah.
I would like to know why this is being suggested that it's called like Harry Potter : whatever when it's set in the 1800s.
Well, the same can be said about Hogwarts Mystery, which came out on mobiles back in May, remember? That's called Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. It's because the Harry Potter name sells, and when you think Harry Potter, you think the Wizarding World. I don't think it would sell as well as it was if it was called something different. I mean, they could maybe call it like Hogwarts RPG, I don't know, something with the word Hogwarts in, but I think just having Harry Potter in there is what's going to make it sell. I mean, Harry Potter is more than just the character now. That's the whole universe that J.K. Rowling created.
That's almost like shorthand, isn't it?
Yeah, but it is a good point. I mean, it's interesting that it's set so far in the past, but I mean, with Hogwarts, it could be set any time because there's not really any technology there, is there? It's all like magic. They have candles and lanterns and things like that. So it could be set in the 1500s, could be set in 2018. It really wouldn't make much difference in terms of the gameplay in Hogwarts. But I guess this would mean that there'll be completely new professors and teachers and obviously the ghost might be the same. Some of the ghosts that they have might be alive. Like, I don't know if Nearly Headless Nick.
Yeah, or like Professor Binns as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he was a ghost, wasn't he? I forgot
Yeah,
about
the
Professor Binns.
teacher.
Good knowledge. I like it.
Thank you very much.
I'm dead keen on this, and as I said, it's very interesting that Warner Brothers are very quick to crush this, and not crush it, but they've not commented at all. And the fact they were very keen to shut this down and close it straight away is a sign that it's something that's been worked on. More rumors is that it's very early stages of development, but it's potentially, well, no, actually they're saying like next year, which isn't that far away now, actually. So it's still quite far away from a release date for this, but from looking at the footage, it does look really cool. I think like how they're designing it and how it looks actually is really, really nice. So I'm really excited for this. I mean, Harry Potter, obviously with the Fantastic Beasts films and theme parks and everything, it's more popular than it's ever been. Like Harry Potter is just, it's one of those franchises. It's like Lord of the Rings. It's forever going to be popular, and people are going to be reading it for generations to come. Obviously, with the Cursed Child play as well in London and on Broadway. So I think it just shows how people are so keen for this. Like everyone was so excited for this, and as I said, it looks really cool. And I think this is, an RPG in the Harry Potter universe seems to make sense to me. I mean, I play Hogwarts Mystery on my mobile, and I do like it. And actually, linking onto that, they've actually had some Halloween a Halloween update, and they've got some new missions surrounding Halloween and stuff, which is quite cool. But that's not a proper, it's not the best game. It's just a lot of tapping and buying jewels and things. So yeah, having a proper Harry Potter game would be very, very nice. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm optimistic because it looks like a fully fleshed out title. And if you've watched the leaked gameplay, I was surprised how polished it looks.
Yeah, same.
I was kind of expecting it to be a bit janky, but actually it looks pretty, like it could come out next year, and that wouldn't seem unreasonable.
Yeah, it looks like, though I said it's early in development, I mean, what they've got at the moment does look pretty well done. So yeah, it's fact if this has been in development for a while, it's amazing they've been able to keep it under wraps so long.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's cool and it's so exciting, and we don't know anything about what platforms this will be coming out to, but you'd imagine the big ones. Like, I don't know, maybe next gen. I think it's probably actually, because it's coming out maybe next year, would be the current gen, so PS4, Xbox One, and maybe Nintendo Switch.
Ooh,
wait and see.
Maybe
that'd
be good.
Right, what news have you got for me, Chris?
Colin.
Yes.
So, I want to talk to you. Now we've done that, I want to talk about, I want to rattle off a bunch of smaller Switch stories, because this week's been a bit news-wise. There's not been, I don't know if you feel like this, I don't think there's actually been a lot of big news this week for Switch.
No, it's been quite quiet. Quite a quiet week.
Run up to maybe the bit more big announcements kind of later on in the month or whatever. The first thing I do want to talk about, though, is that in his Famitsu column, which has been translated by Silicon Era, Sakurai has said that Smash Bros. Ultimate character announcements, we should expect them to slow down. This is following the back of the Isabelle announcement last week for last. When the column came out, he was like, there's going to be more. I think what's interesting about this is that he says, expect them to slow down, not expect them to stop. And interestingly, the Smash Bros. Community, another announcement soon because of some coding on the Smash Bros. Website. So it just goes to show you that whatever Sakurai says, people won't listen, and people just assume that it's going to be, hype. But anyway, expect the announcements to slow down. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 more before the game comes out, and then DLC in the new year. I feel like that seems reasonable. Maybe like, was it October now? So it comes out in 2 months. So maybe one at the end of October, one at the start of November, and then one right at the end of November. But yeah, that's a little bit of news. Also,
yes,
Splatoon is having a Splatoween event.
Nice.
Splatfest, which lasts 2 days, loads of Halloween style costumes coming out. It looks quite fun. Obviously, the Splatoon style. It looks really kind of quirky and interesting. This is the first 48-hour long Splatfest, which is where you choose between the two two teams. Then you play for your particular side, and the sides this time are literally trick or treat. Colin, any early guesses on who's going to win?
The green team.
Trick or treat.
Sorry?
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat. Oh, sorry, you cut out. Trick.
Okay. All right.
That's
I think
what I've got money on trick, I'm afraid.
I think more. I think better players will pick treat.
I need to get back into Splatoon. I miss it. I played it for a little bit. Well keen, but then I got distracted by various other games like Skyrim and Crash Bandicoot. No excuse now.
Yeah.
No excuse. I guess there is an excuse because I want to play Red Dead Redemption. One day maybe.
I'm so jealous of you getting to play that for the first time.
Well, no, I've already played it before, but I played it for like half an hour, then stopped. I got to a farm and I couldn't be bothered to ride a horse.
The last tiny bit of news before I hand back to you with some more stuff is that Stardew Valley, which came out last year, over a year ago actually, because I've had that on my Switch since I was on holiday last year.
Crazy.
And for ages they've been teasing a multiplayer update, which I think it's either already out on PC or it's in beta on PC. Anyway, the multiplayer update for Nintendo Switch, according to Concerned Ape on Twitter, the developer, is now in quality assurance phase, which means that the actual development of the update for the Switch is basically finished and actually it's been tested. So presumably before the end of the year? Question mark. Hopefully. But hopefully. I can't wait to get back into that game, especially with other people. I think it'll be a very different game playing with other people, but I'm really excited by that prospect of that.
I'm excited that you're excited, Chris.
I can't wait.
Can you wait?
Colin.
Yeah. Well, I've got two bits of news. As we know, the world of PlayStation Vita, the being that was the Vita, will end pretty much when support is dropped completely next year. But we've got two bits of news which relate to the PlayStation Vita, which is very nice. We like having a bit of news for Vita every now and then. And the first is that the 2D shoot 'em up Fast Striker is coming to Vita and PS4 on October the 16th. That's not that long away. Was it now the 3rd?
2 weeks.
But that's under 2 weeks. Exciting. So it's the 16th in North America and the 17th in Europe. It's from publisher East Asia Soft and Germany-based developer NG Dev. And they're announcing it's a side-scrolling vertical shoot 'em up. It's going to be €6.99, $6.99, which is probably about £6.99 as well. And it's going to have a physical limited edition, which will be sold through play-asia.com. A little bit of information on the game. It's a 2D vertical shoot 'em up. You blast through 6 action-packed stages and encounter huge boss battles. There's 4 game modes, an elaborate scoring system, and adjustable screen and control settings will bring back classic arcade memories. So it looks very nice. Standard 16-bit or whatever the bits are. Art style, but yeah, it's nice. It's good having a bit some more games coming to Vita, and these games are also some of my favorites on my PlayStation Vita. The shoot 'em ups are always really fun. Like my favorite game was like Gunslugs, and just games like that where it's just bullet hell, shooting constantly, and it's just lots of fun. So that,
have you played a game called Broforce?
Broforce? No, I remember that. That was very similar to Gunslugs, if I remember rightly. Same sort of art style, same idea. But you played as like film.
You played as like action heroes, but kind of done to the point of like parody.
Ridiculous.
I think that game might have come to Vita. That'd be up your.
That was on Vita. It was definitely on Vita. Yeah. God, good reviews. 10 out of 10 on Steam and 4.5 out of 5 on Miniclip.
Wow.
Miniclip's giving it high reviews. That is high praise. Miniclip was one of my favorite online places for getting playing small games. You know, like when you played internet games at school or whatever. I always used to love Miniclip. Always good. Right, so one more bit of news from the world of Sony and PlayStation Vita, and that is the fact we've got October's PlayStation Plus games revealed, which are very nice. And the games that we've got for PlayStation Plus, if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber, the games you get for free this year on Vita, this month is what I meant to say, is first Rocket Birds 2 Evolution, which I'm just going to Google because obviously my knowledge is limited in this one. Rocket 2 looks... Oh, I remember this. I remember talking about this in the past. It was like the game was a big chicken with a jetpack. That was like the picture for the game. I think I might have even done an article on it back when I worked for the Vita Lounge. Interesting. So that's coming to Vita, free to PlayStation Plus subscribers. And it's cross buy with PS4, and also 2064 read only memories, which is a cyberpunk adventure game developed by Midboss for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Linux, Switch, Vita, loads of different platforms. I remember that one as well. So those two games are free, which is cool. And if you've got PS3, you also get the Bridge and Master Reboot as well. So that's what it includes. The most exciting part, actually, about this whole lineup is if you are a PlayStation 4 owner, you get the game Friday the 13th for free. So get on that, Chris.
That's good. Yeah, I might play that.
Yeah, that game was interesting because, I mean, you played as Jason, and that was the most exciting bit because you either played as Jason, like trying to kill everyone, or you played as like a bunch of teenagers who he chased.
Yeah, trying not to get killed by Jason.
He was like invincible. You could kill him, but there's like a really long-winded. It's a bit like the Call of Duty zombies. There's a massive, long-winded thing you had to do to kill him. So that's coming out, which makes sense because it's Halloween month, and also Laser League as well, which is a multiplayer experience thing, which I'm not too sure what it is, but they're both free on PlayStation 4, so that's very exciting. And that's really all the news there is for Sony and PlayStation Vita as we're winding down to the end of its life. We might get the smatterings of news every now and then, but yeah, gentle on the old Vita news for now, unfortunately.
Colin,
yeah.
I'm going to give you 3 more bits of Switch news.
Oh, shit.
And then I want to do demo memo with you. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, boy.
So the first that's coming from Silicon Era is that Katamari Damacy Reroll is coming to Switch on December the 20th. Bandai Namco revealed the remaster of the PS2 game. It's actually coming out on Steam early December, Switch on the 20th. Presumably because the release date December 7th, it comes out on Steam. There's a little game called Smash Bros out that day, so I wonder whether it's a tactical decision. You could see the cover art on our website. It actually looks really cute, and I don't know if I'll buy this physically, but I am kind of tempted to give this a try. Have you tried Katamari before?
No, it doesn't taste very nice.
Good one. It's good. It's like a fun kind of arcade rolly game. Obviously, it's very silly. It's very fun. It's kind of it's very good, like switch your brain off type thing. So yeah, that is quite interesting. Hopefully, we'll get more info on that. Maybe even a demo as well. Next up is at Kairosoft, who made games like Game Dev Story, Hot Spring Story on mobile, the kind of sim RPG games. October 11th in Japan, Game Dev Story, Hot Spring Story, and Dungeon Village will all be coming out on Switch. They tweeted this out. Game Dev Story is probably my favorite of the 3. But I've not played Hot Spring Story very much. I played a friend's version of it. Dungeon Village I like a lot, but basically Dungeon Village, you operate the village outside of a dungeon, so you have to kind of have stuff for sale that they can use going in, but you can also make things like combat schools and magic labs. It's a kind of recurring RPG. Game Dev Story is a similar thing where you try and make games for the masses, and you have to follow certain trends and follow development, and you can rush things out for less money, but then you'll make less money back on them, that sort of thing. So yeah, those come out October the 11th. And finally, very briefly, if you finished Overcooked 2's campaign and you're looking for something a little bit harder, then New Game Plus is coming out in early October on Nintendo Switch, as well as PS4 and Xbox One, which will bring a 4th star to the Overcooked mode. So do go back in if you finished Overcooked 2. I still haven't finished it yet, but yeah, that's quite exciting.
Very exciting. Overcooked. I know you're a bit frothy for Overcooked, aren't you?
Yeah, I like it. The problem with Overcooked, Colin, is that you really have to be in the right frame of mind to be playing it with someone, because it's so, even though it's cooperative, you're really relying on that other person. It's not like when you do co-op on like Halo, where you can kind of just get by and carry the other person, or vice versa. Overcooked, you really need to communicate between the two of you, and if either of you aren't in the mood to play, or if either of you aren't feeling like very kind of chatty, or if you're a bit annoyed about how things are going, then it's just like it can get very tetchy very quick. So you need to be in the right frame of mind. But it is such a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. So yeah, I think that's all the Switch.
That is, I think, all the news we've got. So quite a lot of stuff. You know, we covered quite a lot,
Yeah, but
even though it's
it's
low
lots of
news week.
small stories, isn't it? It's like tapas. You
Yeah,
know,
get little
lots of
sprinklings, like
tapas.
leaves you
Yeah.
wanting more, doesn't it?
Mm.
Cool. Should we go on to demo memo?
Yes. So what were we playing, Colin?
Was it Mega Man 11? Is that the name of
Yes,
it? 11.
Mega Man 11 is actually out today, but the demo has been up for a little while. It came out. It actually came out early after the cancelled Nintendo Direct due to the natural disaster in Japan. So it's a demo. You play Mega Man 11, which is obviously a new title, features this new kind of combo ability. Colin, how did you find it?
It was enjoyable. Tough. It took a little bit of getting used to because I'm a very impatient gamer, and when I loaded it up and started playing it, there was like a tutorial that it invited me to have a go at to teach me that I think there's different shields and different power ups and things like that.
Mm,
I did a little bit of that, and I thought, no, I can't bother with this. I just want to get straight in with the action. So I went straight in. It was fun. I like the platforming. It looks very nice, very pretty authentic to the older games, but it looked nice and polished as well. Thought the enemies were challenging. I thought it was quite clever that you have a little dog with a spring on its back, which you can call in to get to higher
yep.
places. That was cool. There was I haven't I don't know how far into the demo I am, but I got to, I guess you call it a boss. There was like
Mm-hmm.
4 spinning rings, and you had to like kill the one with the face on, but they were
Mm.
constantly dropping on you and spinning, and that took me a few goes to get past that bit. I found that quite hard, but yeah, once I got used to it, I really got into it. It was very enjoyable, very addictive, a bit frustrating when you get sent back to the beginning after dying though. Need some checkpoints on that bad boy, but no, I really enjoyed it. I've never played Mega Man before. I can see why people are into it. It's lots of different power ups and elements to it that you need to master to, I think, really take advantage and be a good Mega Man player. But I think with more training, more patience, and more learning, I would very much, be into it. But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
it's interesting, isn't it? Because I was like you, I loaded it up, and I don't know. This is really bad. Okay, this is really genuinely. This is not a very good way to be. But whenever I play a demo, if they offer me a tutorial, I'm like, no, I just want to play the actual game,
Yeah.
which really probably isn't the way that you should do it. But
No.
like, I
Because
just
you don't want to have to worry about reading and stuff. You just want to get in. That's why you buy a game. You just want to play and have
yeah,
fun.
it's true.
Well,
So I
glad you
just went
enjoyed it.
straight in like you, and I yeah, I was surprised actually because I've not really played Mega Man before, and I thought it was going to feel a lot clunkier than it actually did. But it feels so good to play, doesn't it? And like the mechanics of swapping between the different suits,
Hmm.
they do take a little getting used to, but once you're good at it, it's like, oh, like this is really kind of seamless work. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it enough to buy the game, but I will probably I
How
might
does
get it if
it
it's
how
ever
does it
cheap though.
compare? How does it compare to other Mega Man games from the little bit you played?
Well, I haven't played other Mega Man games. That's what I'm
You
saying.
haven't. I thought you were a fan of Mega Man.
No,
I
no,
don't know
no.
why I thought that. Oh, there you go. Seems like the sort of game that you would love.
Yeah, you would think that, wouldn't you? But yeah, it's just not really my jam. Plus, this is the first one that's come out on a kind of modern console that I wanted to play on Switch. Yeah, no, I will. I might get it if it's cheap, but I don't think I'll pay like the full 40 quid or whatever. But the reviews have been really good for Mega Man 11. It's like getting 9s and 10s.
Yeah, I can see why. It's enjoyable.
Um,
I enjoyed it.
yeah, sorry, you cut out for a bit. Yeah, it's enjoyable. It's like it feels good to play, but I don't know if like a Mega Man Pro would play it and say the same thing because obviously I can't really compare it to the old ones. But it looks really good. The music's really cool. It's not as like I thought it was going to be quite. I thought it was going to be hard to get into, but actually it was just straight away. It's like off we go.
Yeah, straight
So
into it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I would recommend it for sure.
Cool. Good. Well, obviously, you're saying that Mega Man fans will not like it, but fuck them, hey? As long as you
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm
it.
saying. Yeah, yeah.
Whee. So, I don't know what we're going to play for next week because I haven't done any research. Soz. But I'll find something. I'll text you.
Okay, yeah. Well, the other thing we could do is just play demos when they're significant, rather than just picking one for the sake of it.
That's naughty.
Maybe that's
Very
a
naughty.
discussion to have off air.
Naughty. But I like it. I like it, Chris. I'd like to play some Christmas games. Christmas is coming, or Halloween games. That'd be cool. Maybe we should like find a Halloween themed app and do that for next week. But it's not Halloween next week. That's silly. Sorry. I'm so sorry. That's a stupid idea. But when it's because Halloween falls on a Wednesday this year.
Oh my god, it does!
It does.
Oh
So
wow, that's fun.
it is fun. Yeah, we sat inside doing this rather than having fun. Anyway,
Rather
maybe we
than
should dress
trick
up.
or treat, asking old man Jimmers for a Mars bar at the door because I'm dressed like a slutty cat. Meow, Mr. Jimmers, please.
Please don't touch me there. Anyway, too deep.
Jesus Christ.
Very deep, yeah. Chris, how can people get in contact with us?
Here's how it works. You can tweet us at Handheld Podcast. You can write to us, heroesofhandheld@gmail.com. You can Facebook search Heroes of Handheld, and you can go to our website, heroesofhandheld.wordpress.com, where we have all the old episodes and more further reading on today's articles and links and pictures and all that juicy, gummy stuff. So that's the best way to get in touch with us. We make this podcast every Wednesday. We'd love to hear from you if you're a fan. If you're not a fan, give us a good review on iTunes. Tell us what you think. Message us at Handheld Podcast. We love interaction. We love back and forthing with you, and we love to know what you're playing on your Switch or your mobile or whatever. What's caught your eye this week?
Yes. So many ways. So much fun. Thank you for listening, everybody. It's time to say goodbye.
Thank you for listening. See you. Oh no, it's not Halloween next week, is it?
No, it's not Halloween for like 3 weeks, mate. We've got to prepare though. We need to get all the candy and get all the things in. Thank you for listening, everybody. Back next week. Have a great week. Goodbye.
Bye.